Good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you all for today's fun-filled afternoon session on Mandala art. A special welcome to our Mandala artist, Mr. Aditya Mehta. Now I request Professor Harish to introduce our artist for the session.
Aditya Mehta is a computer engineer who fell in love with fashion and designing clothes. And he is a collaborative artist. He works with crafts, he works with sustainability, fashion media, and uh, with the latest trends. Right now, he is an assistant professor in GLS Institute of Design in Ahmedabad. He works with other materials like glass and hard stained glass, and then he works with Zentangles, manipulation techniques, and design research. Not taking much of time, would like to hear from Aditya here.
Hi, Arish. Thank you for the welcome. Hi, everyone. Am I audible to you? Am I visible to you?
Yes, Aditya.
That's one question everybody is asking these days. Right. So like Harish said, I usually introduce myself as an accidental computer engineer. I got into engineering by accident, and surprisingly, at the end of 4 years, I graduated by an accident, I guess. But like Harish said, I was always interested in fashion and arts and crafts. So after engineering, like a lot of youth that do these days is after engineering, they actually pursue that passion. So I did a lot of arts and crafts related studies. And recently in 2017, I went to NIFT Mumbai for my master's in design. And the specialization was on design research and trend forecast. Along with that, I also work with different people and I teach different arts and crafts, styles of painting, and so on. So, and today I'm really excited to be here. I've been in induction sessions twice as a student. This is the first I'm delivering a lecture. So I think, yeah. All right. So do you guys have the material with you? Or maybe before that, if somebody would like to share it, have you heard mandala or have you seen mandalas before or anything? Anyone?
Yeah.
Yes, Subhashri.
Yeah, mandala art represents a whole art. Like it will be covered, and it also represents the from a single point. It will go to sections from a single. Yeah, like it represents some elements in the universe, like a lot of designs, a lot of structures, and it usually be in circle, and it contains a square inside. Usually, the basic mandala art.
Right, right. All right. So I think she has put it very nicely. So if I quickly start, what is mandala? Mandala, the term comes from a Sanskrit word mandar, which means a circle. All right. So you might have seen or heard this terms called Tara Mandal, which is so like or solar system ke liye we also have a Surya Mandal or something like that. So mandal is a circle, which is of course enclosed, and anything related to that. All right. So mandala has been with us for ages now. It's been there. It's been part of ancient cultures, religions for many centuries now onwards. So I would like to share a very basic presentation which talks about how mandala has been with us over the years. So can you guys see this presentation, this PDF file over here? Yeah. All right. Okay, Harish. So like I said, mandala has been part of cultures and religions. So if we talk about the Hindu culture, okay, there's some issue over here. Give me 2 minutes, Harish. There's some issue with my presentation. It's not opening properly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I'm not too sure how many of you would have seen mandalas around you. In Hindu culture, like in Hindu religion, mandalas are used for making yantras. Now, right in front of me right now, there is this Sri Yantra. Okay, so this is one of the traditional way of using mandalas. Similarly, uh, in Islamic cultures, you see mandala in the patterns in the Islamic architecture. So if you go to say Mughal architecture, if you go and visit Mughal architecture, you might be seeing those tombs which create some sort of pattern, which is again a kind of mandala. Buddhists also use mandala, to make certain architectures. A lot of stupas are being built on the basis of a mandala, like the entire architecture has been drawn on mandala. All right. We have Vastu Shastra, again, which talks about architecture. There is a extensive use of mandalas there. In Christianity, if you have seen any churches, you might have seen those circular windows, which are also called rose windows or rosary windows. They are forming mandalas. I'll try and show you the pictures as we go. Um, but today, in the modern time, mandala has changed its meaning in a way, the way it looks, because ultimately the use of mandala was to achieve spiritual wisdom. It was also part of gaining peace or practice meditation. And the reason is that while you are working on mandala, you are repeating one pattern several times. All right. So because of that particular process, where even if you're making a circle, but if you make a circle 100 times, your mind is going to be focused on that. All right. Uh, so keeping that core as uh, steady even now today, like using mandala as meditation or a tool to achieve peace, people have changed the way it looks and feels. So like Subhashri had said that there has like usually a mandala is a circle and there is a square in between. But now people have changed its look and feel. It has become more contemporary. You might have seen it across, you might have seen it on the textiles, the home furnishing, you might have seen it on sometimes on your phone cover or a wall decor. So people are using mandala in a very contemporary manner. In today's session, what we will do is we'll make a basic mandala with, of course, contemporary designs. And it is going to be interesting because there are like few steps you need to follow to achieve an entire mandala. And I'll show you how to go along with it. Are you guys ready with the materials that you have? All right.
Yes.
Okay, so I have turned on another screen. Harish, you can pin that screen instead of this.
Yes, Aditya.
Yeah. Yeah, so can you see this paper over here?
Yes, Aditya.
All right, perfect. Okay, so guys, I want you to start working along with me. What I've done right now is I have an A4 size of paper. So irrespective of the size of paper you have, you can find out the center of the paper. अगर आपके पास बहुत बड़ा paper है, if you have a big paper like A3 or something and you want to make a small mandala right now, it's fine. You can just make it in any corner, but just find out a point. I have taken a center. Then what I've done is on this particular uh, this vertical line, I have divided the line into 7 sections. One section is of 1 centimeter. So 1 centimeter, 2 centimeter, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, the number is your choice. I'm just keeping 7. You can keep it less or more than that. Yeah, so can you guys do this much and then we'll start?
Guys, give a heads up if you have drawn the lines.
All right. Shall I go ahead? Are you guys ready with this?
Yeah, we'll go ahead.
All right, cool. So now what I'll do is you need a compass. All right. Just prepare it if you have not prepared already. And I'll start making concentric circles over here. And the radius will increase by 1 centimeter each time. So the reason I've asked you guys to mark this thing over here is that you can make the circles accordingly. All right. Now also using 1 centimeter is not a thumb rule. Like you can definitely change it. So you can also do one thing is that after a few circles, you can increase the radius and make a bigger circle. So there's not the thumb rule. It's just it looks symmetric. That's why we are just making 1 centimeter of circle. All right. Are you guys done? Can I just go ahead?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect. All right. So now, see, with mandalas, right now we are going to use some black pens. But in terms of medium, there's no restriction. I've asked you to get a 0.5 or something pen. So you can use any black or any color pen that you have. Down the line, if you are really interested in mandala and that really builds your interest, you can invest into this pen called Micron. Maybe if you are in architecture, you might use this thing as well. All right, and this comes with a variety of points. So for example, this is of 0.2, this is of 0.3, and it goes up to 0.8 or something. All right, so next thing what I want you to do is you need to divide this circle into 8 halves. So we have already divided them into 4 halves. Do you guys know how to divide a circle into 8? It's very easy. You can divide either into 8 halves or 12s. All right. So for right now, if we want to divide it for say 8 divisions, what I'm going to do is I'll make an arc. I'll take a particular radius. If you guys know how to divide it, you can continue. If not, just follow the steps. From the center, I'm taking any radius. You can take one of the circle's radius. Okay, so I'm taking the last one. Then I'm coming to this point over here, and I'm making an arc on both the sides. All right, and I'll repeat this process from all the sides. And once I've done this, I'll join all these intersections along with keeping center in the middle. Okay. Yeah. Shall I continue?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, perfect. So now what we're going to do is we'll start with the center first, all right? And it can be anything. The pattern can be anything. It's completely up to you how you want to go about it. You can follow exactly what I'm doing, or you can make your own variations as we go further. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to make a pattern like this. Is it visible? All right, and I'll just repeat it 8 times. All right, so the reason we have divided this circle, that it gives us idea that if we are going in proper way or not, and it also ensures that we are in a certain symmetry. Okay, so I'll repeat this step, and then I'll give a border to the circle. Right now, see, the whole idea is not to make
Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, sorry to interrupt. There is one query from the student. Can you just tell them how to do the arcs again? Can you
Sure.
just, yeah.
Yeah, no problem. All right. So what you need to do is you take a center, all right, and be it any radius of the circle that you have made. So I'm using the last circle that I've made, all right. So keeping this radius, I'll come to this point over here. Okay, and then I'll draw an arc on both. I'll draw an arc on the both the sides. All right. Right. I'll repeat the same step from 4 sides. So if I do that thing, I'll get this intersection points of these arcs. And if I join them together, I'll be dividing the circle into 8 halves. Yeah. Also, again, this step what we are doing right now of dividing the circles, again, it's not a thumb rule. It just helps us to achieve certain symmetry, and it helps us to draw certain patterns. All right, I'll show you a couple of patterns as we go further. All right. Can I continue?
Yeah, Aditya.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So now the idea is not to make the most finest mandala in the world, or it's not about going deep in details and everything. All right. The idea is that you should enjoy the process. So if you're okay with this particular thing, it's completely fine. But if you want to go further and make it more intricate, and you want to make more details into one simple pattern that we'll make over here, you can do that. So what I'm going to do right now, I'll show you 2-3 different ways of doing it. All right. So maybe at the end of this, my mandala will not look nice or whatever, but I'm just trying to show you some examples. So maybe you can just make straight lines, something like this. Is it visible? Yeah. Or else I just make some horizontal lines. I just make some scale, fish scales. You know, or I can fill it up this way. So there are n number of possibilities, like literally over here, there are 8 possibilities, but then you can do anything what you want to do. Yeah, so then we'll move to the next circle, and again we'll go for some other patterns over here. All right. So this time I'm gonna make this elongated piece. All right. Is it visible to you guys? Yeah. And I'll repeat that process for 8 times. You can rotate your paper while you're working. Once I'm done, I'll also give a border to this circle. Okay, so next, what I'm gonna do is, I'll make this sort of pattern over here. From this point, I'll join this point, but I'll give a slight curve All right, so this is how it's going to look. I'll repeat it again. From one point, I'll make it this way. All right. Okay, and then I'll make this lines over here. So this particular shape is enclosed. Now, I like this pattern over here because it kind of gives the movement to this entire thing, right? But we can also break it down. So what I will do is I will make a line over here this way. All right, and then what I'm going to do is from this point, I will make this sort of pattern, like a floral pattern with a center. All right, so repeat that for all the leaves. So once we are done with this, we'll give a border to this circle. And once we do this, we will have two more spaces to work on. All right. So again, it is up to you. Either you can just fill it up with the black pen. I'm just using it a pencil right now. I'll cover it. Or else you can make horizontal lines. You can just keep it blank. You can also make patterns inside it. You can repeat the same pattern that we have done over here from another point. All right, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'll fill it up. I'll fill the entire area. If you have a marker or a pen which has a thicker nib like this is 0.8. All right, so it's easier to fill spaces. Now, one of the most traditional patterns in a mandala is a leaf, which is similar to a lotus, or like that's how we represent lotus in a lot of ancient art. Okay. So to make that, what we can do is now either you can take help of this one center line, and again I'll do it with the pencil, so it's easier for me to erase. All right. Either you take help of this particular line and take it as a center and make a leaf this way. All right. So then I'll repeat this particular process 4 times. Or else within one particular area, you can make a leaf. So over here, it will be a little tricky. आपको you need to find out the center of that particular area and then go ahead with it. If you are not getting it, like I just couldn't make it properly, it's fine. All right, so it's completely up to you. What I'm gonna do is, for this circle, I'll make this smaller petals, the ones, and after that, I'll make a bigger pattern. All right, so right now I'm making the small one. It's up to you how you want to go ahead with it. Right, and this petals, I will divide them in half. I will make diagonal lines from both the sides, something like this. Now over here, I'm using a thinner point. You can use whichever pen you have with you. Right, and the other way, I make diagonal lines in other direction. Once I've done all the petals that way, I will fill out this area. Okay. Now it's again up to you. If you want to keep this part blank and you want to fill out this area, it is your choice. So I'm gonna go with this one and I'll just fill out this area. Okay, so now what I wanted to show you is sometimes you can also do with this thing that you can take two circles together and create a pattern. So it will become a little bigger one than the rest. So I can make the same patterns that I've made over here using two circles. I'll give you an example. So the same petal that we made over here, we can make this way. So I'm starting from the points of the circle which is below, but the center point is from the circle which is on top. All right, so if I repeat this, I'll get bigger leaves. You can make triangles also. So it's up to you what you want to make. I'm going with the leaves that I've made earlier. You can also do this thing that you can make these petals overlapping each other. And instead of 4 petals, you can make 8 of them. So for example, over here, I'll add one more. Right, if I do this, यहाँ पे I'm just getting just one area to work with, right? Over here, I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4 to 5 different areas to work with, so that I can have more patterns in my mandala. Now, there is one pattern I want you guys to, I want you to show you guys. It's really interesting. I really like this pattern. So if you guys can see. Yeah, what I'm doing is from one point, just let me know if it's not visible to you. From one point, I'm making a line this way. Okay. Then I'm adding some weights at the end. I'm making it a little thicker at the end. Right? And I'll from the other side, I will do the same thing. I'll leave some space, then add some weights. What I can do is I can show you one of bigger. So suppose if this is the shape that you have, what I will do is from this end, I'll go over here and add some weights to the line this way. So probably you make a triangle. From the other end, you do the same thing and add some weights. And this way you go on as much as you can.
Sir, can we make vertical?
If you make vertical lines, then
Hello?
Aditya, you are on, your video is stuck.
how it will give you.
No, I'm asking the whole picture in vertical.
The mandala? Yes, of course it can be. Sorry.
Yeah, okay.
Right, of course.
Yeah.
So I'm repeating that motif over here. Yeah, so can I go ahead?
Yes, Aditya.
And so we can also do is like now if you see over here, we have one and two spaces. But if you look closely, because I've taken two circles over here, I can actually divide this area into four parts. Like if you can see over here, यहाँ पे वो clearly दिख रहा है. So if you want to make it more intricate, you can go up to this detail where you are dividing one certain area like this and making some patterns over there. So maybe I can make some um, scales like this. Yeah, or else I can make some other motifs there. Yeah, Niyata, is it visible?
Okay, sir.
So this way you can have like different patterns in one area, but you have to repeat it 8 times. Yeah, and for the last one, which I have like the 7th circle, I'm taking something simpler. I'm just making this sort of patterns. Yeah. So what I'm doing over here is a simple petals like this can be filled in different ways. So many a times a lot of people, is it clearly visible? I'm not too sure. Yeah. So many a times a lot of people make mandalas using this petals only. Each circle will have this petals, but the way they fill out those petals is different in each circle. So from my end, like this is some of the basic instructions that I can give for mandala. Do you guys have any questions for this? Or if you want to show what you have done so far, you can also show it to us.
If you have any questions, you can ask.
Yes, Subhashi.
Yes. Somebody's screen sharing. Sorry.
Subhashi, I think Subhashi is.
Yeah. Aditya?
Yeah.
Subhashi is-
Yeah. So can can you turn it again, Subhashi, towards the
Yeah.
mandala?
Yeah, I'm just trying out something. It's not finished.
All right, okay. I like the hint of yellow in between.
Yeah.
All right, so that's where I'm coming next, is that you can always add colors. It's just right now that we are using a black and white um, um, aesthetic. Otherwise, you can always use different color pens.
Yeah, sir, I'm doing it.
Yeah. Not just you, but this is for everybody. So it's just one example that I've made for you guys. It's like I'm using different color pens to create that particular look and feel. Also, you can use poster colors or watercolors. You can also work on a colored paper. If you are good with watercolors, you can give a primary wash to the paper, and then on top of it, you can work on mandala. The question is mandala art should be in circular form? I mean, technically, yes, because mandala, like the term means a circle, but you can always add geometric shapes into it. So you can make a square out of it, or you can make a rectangle in between and work on it. It will be more contemporary look and feel rather than a traditional mandala, but then most of the time they are in circular form.
Sir, can I show on watercolor with mandala art?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. I just tried it at home.
Cool.
Anybody would like to show their work?
Hello, sir. If you have a number of works, you can show your works.
Yeah, so I was just doing that. I was not too sure. Can you see the other? Can you see this paper over here? Because there was some issue earlier. Yeah, you can, right? So instead of starting with center, you can always do something like this. You can start from the edge, and it will create a semicircle or a quad circle, and work on it. Like now, if I put this in comparison to this one, the one on the right is really intricate one. So the level of intricacy is up to you as much as you can achieve. You can always, like, if I want to make this one intricate, I can always go back, add more details, add more lines, fill out some areas. One thing which is prominent over here is that this dark line that I made. So you can always, instead of just 8 circles or repeating, one pattern in one circle, you can always go this way. You can repeat a certain pattern in concentric manner, right? This is another one which is like quite simpler, using very basic lines. I made this thing. So it's completely up to you. Also, in terms of size of mandala, it's not a thumb rule that you need to make 7 rings or 5 rings or something like that. Circles. Sorry. You can make a small mandala in between the classes or in between the lectures, in my case, and try to calm it down. Right? There are like, yeah.
Sir, could you explain the application of mandala art in interior design?
Of course. So the immediate thought process comes in the soft furnishing. I've seen, like, even I've made a lot of mandalas where cushion covers, where I've screen printed the prints itself. Otherwise, it can be in home decor, it can be on wall decor. You can create certain.
If it is a wall decor, what is the material? What are the material we can apply for the mandala on the wall?
First is you can simply paint it on a wall. That's the easiest way of putting it up. Otherwise, over here in Gujarat, we have this craft called mud mirror work, where you use certain mud and mix it with some other materials, and you can apply it on the wall to give some 3D form. You can also work in a manner where you put the tiles, like if you have seen the Persian tiles, let me quickly show you. Um, just a second.
If you have any photographs with the application, you can show it now.
Yeah. So my presentation was not working for some reason. Can you guys see this image over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So this is from one of the ancient churches. If you guys are in Mumbai, you might have seen this across all the colonial buildings. Even see anyone from Mumbai, you might have seen similar windows in CST as well. So this is of course a facade, but you can use stained glass to make this sort of panels. Then this is one example where this is part of Islamic geometry, but this is made using different color chip tiles put together. So if we talk about creating a surface on a wall, you can always do something like this. You can make mandalas out of wooden frames. You can bend certain, I'm not too sure with what exact material you will be able to use, but you can use metal frames to create this framework, and in between you can put glass as a material, stained glass, or you can put fabric. You can combine 2 3 different fabrics like wood and uh, fabric or metal and fabric together, and create this sort of patterns uh, for interior. And in terms of utility products, if you're making trays, you can carve this particular uh, mandala in a wooden tray, or anything else that you're making. I've seen somebody in SEPT over here in Ahmedabad. SEPT is for interior and architecture. Somebody had made um, mandalas using tie-dye. All right, so tie-dye is done on fabric. So she made concentric circles, and after that was done, she applied, she stuck these pieces, fabric pieces, on a wooden surface to create a framework. So, I mean, there are like various ways you can use this particular technique. Yeah. Any other questions, guys? If somebody wants to show the work they've done, they are doing right now.
Mr. Aditya, would you like to check if you'll be able to screen share the PPT now, the presentation?
Wait. Okay, so the presentation is not working, but what I'll do is like the images that I've put there, that I'll screen share. All right, can you see this image, guys?
Yes, yes.
All right, so I'll zoom it out. So this is one of the traditional Hindu religion mandala where the placements of different gods and goddesses are shown. So many a times, in the puja, if you have seen, you put certain gods and goddesses in certain direction. Sometimes, like that's what I've heard some people saying, that you should not put Lakshmi behind this. You should not put Hanumanji next to Krishna or something like that. So there are different versions about it, but even in our Vedas, like Rig Vedas, they have talked about how the placement of gods and goddesses should be. Then this is one of the stained glass windows from one of the churches. This is very common element in any church, and not just the churches, is also part of a lot of Gothic or neo-Gothic architecture. So the use of stained glass earlier was to let the light come inside the building, but keeping the building closed. but along with that, in Christianity, they started using stained glass as a medium to narrate the biblical stories. So this is one of the examples that I've put, but again, it creates a mandala form there. All right. And this is another example of ancient mandala. It's from Buddhism. There are a lot of, if you see, like, I'm so sorry, the image is not working very well right now, but you will see a lot of people around. So over here, mandala was used as a storytelling format. Like there is a center, there's some element in the center, and surrounding is the story. And when somebody had asked this question that can a mandala, like a mandala has to be in circular format, not necessarily. You can develop geometrical shapes inside a circle and go ahead with it. I showed you this image, like you will see similar images in Mughal architecture in India, or a lot of Rajasthani architecture where you have amalgamation of Mughal and Rajput styles of architecture. You will see this sort of windows or this sort of ceilings very prominent in Mughal architecture. And yeah, I've also talked about this one. Yeah, yeah. So there were like few images that I was trying to show you in the presentation. But still, if you have any other questions, you can shoot right away.
Students, you can unmute yourself and ask your questions. If you've tried something along, you can also show your work.
Yes, I mean, that would be great if you can show me what you have done so far.
Students, you can show your work now, right now.
You can hold it in front of your camera as well and just unmute and tell your name so that, we'll know who it is. Possible, you can also share it if, like how the other student had shared.
Lovis, I hope that's the right pronunciation. She was trying to say something, but you are mute, I guess. Yeah, I can hear.
See, somebody is showing.
Yeah.
Lovis, right?
Right. Now, yes.
We're not able to hear you, Lovis. Still not audible.
Can you show it again along with you?
Yes. All right. So see, in the last one, you have done something like you have changed the way you have filled out the petals, right? But in a typical, I was just trying to show you like different ways of filling it up. So in one mandala, try to keep it a similar way of doing it. All right. Otherwise, it was fine. Subhashri is trying to show something. You have colored it up. Nice, Subhashri. That's like looking nice. And you have added some feathers or something at the end of it. Can you zoom it out? Yeah. Right. Yes. Yes.
I just added petals.
Right. So it's looking like a sunflower.
Yeah.
Yes, very nice.
Sorry for the interruption. I think we are running short of time. We just have about 2 minutes to close the session.
Yes.
Students, it would be really great to see all your work. So if you can just showcase now, we can take a quick screenshot. Or you can also please post your work on the WhatsApp group that we have created. We'll also forward it to Mr. Aditya so he can see what you've all done. So I hope you all enjoyed this session. So we've come to the close of our day 1. So we'll see you again tomorrow at 11 a.m. And the posters for tomorrow's events will be shared to you in the WhatsApp group.
Students, while posting your work, kindly share your name. Along with your name, post your work.
Yes. Okay, thank you everybody.
Good evening.
Thank you, Mr. Aditya. It was really good session.
Thank you so much for having me. I hope you guys had a good time.
Yeah, I personally really love doing mandala art myself. So I really enjoyed the session as well.
No.
So thank you again.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, sir. Thank you for your effort. Thank you.
Okay. So we'll end the session now. Thank you all.
1 minute, ma'am. 1 minute. I'll just invite the
Yeah.
students for student association, which is going to happen now at 3 p.m. So
Okay.
all your seniors have prepared few games for you all. So you guys can join in and have some fun. So yes, the link will be shared by the faculty. Ma'am, is it already shared to them?
I'm not sure about that, ma'am. You can share it to me. I can share it in the group now.
Yes, I'll give it to you now.
So students, I think it will be a fun session for you for the next 1 hour. So please join. The link will be shared to you all shortly. It will be a good opportunity for you all to interact with your seniors.
I'll give it
Shall
to
we
you.
close now, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, students. See you tomorrow.